Now, let me give you a joke. And this is the first time I'm going to say this. And it's because I have Kwame Bediako in front of me. I think in 2000, it's either 2007 or 2008, one of them. Around that time, I was in Sonia playing on Right FM, right? One of the hottest youth in the East. People tune into my show, requesting song, and if what I hate is you call into my show, request a song, and I can't play it. I'm so tired. And around that time, people were giving me some tough time. People want to test me and see whether Lagazee is up for this particular tax or not. So a gentleman called into my show and requested One Man Can Dub by Kwame Bediako. So immediately when he called in, I was about to close. So I said, yo, this one, I am saved by the bell. Jeez, a peace, mother. So quickly, I placed a call to Black Rasta. That, yo, listen, Black Rasta, I know you have the song. But why you send the song to my email? And then Black Rasta told me that, Lagazee, I have the song, but the artist is in Ghana. So it will be better for you to go to the artist, take, the albums and all that kind of things from him, for him to autograph it for you and all that kind of thing. I said, all right, send me his number. Then he sent me Kwame Bediako's number. But call him. And he pick up and he was like, yo, who is this? I said, I'm King Lagazee. Ray. He said, all right, I stay around, Hacho that way and all that kind of thing. So yeah, man, come to the house. Now, the joke is coming from somewhere to Accra. I had my transportation in and out in my pocket. Now, people, listen to this carefully. I keep telling people that we have sacrificed for this industry. We have paid our dues. So some of us, when you are coming to us, don't come to us with yes man style or you go feel it. You understand me? Now, when I got to Accra, it's like my in. So when I got to, mistakenly, I had to alight at the Medina station. But Accra is not my place, so I don't know. So when I got to the station before, I was like, I am going to this place. They say, oh, no, you have to move. So I have to walk to Atomic Junction. And then over there was a taxi. I pick up the taxi. So my returning money, I have gone into the money already. And then I went to Kwame Bediako. He received me nice. We had a beautiful talk. He gave me, I think, 3 or 4 albums, on an original CD. You understand? And around that time, original CD was a big deal. You understand me? And then you let the artist autograph it for you. I still have all of them in my stuff. I hope you find. Now, after talking to him and all that kind of thing, a man will come from America there. We know say some few dollars and you understand me and all that kind of thing. So we're also posing like we are big men. So yeah, we had a beautiful chat and the man say, all right. He walked me to the roadside and said, yo, see you, man. Yo, brother, I was thinking I was going to get a transportation from him. I didn't ask. The mistake was I should have go ahead and say, yo, Rasta, say my transportation, rare, but I didn't do that. I was thinking that the man would come out of his own self and say, yo, Lagazee, this, because this wasn't something I planned for. You understand me, Naro?
So, what happened? You walked?
So here the joke now, Naro.
Yeah.
Listen, when the man said, all right, we'll meet, and the man was going, and at 10, I looked at him. I'm like, should I stop him? Yeah. Something said, oh, no. Oh, leave. Just go. Listen, I walked from Hacho back to Atomic Junction. Because as I was coming, I was studying the road. So I walked from Hacho to Atomic Junction. When I got to Atomic Junction, I stood there for some time and I walked to the, Medina station. I went. The money, half was spent. So I went to the driver and I'm like, yo, listen, you know me, man. I play on Right FM and all that. I came to Accra to do something. I have to go to Somalia, but my money is short. You understand me? I have this. The first car moved. The guy didn't look into my face. He moved. The second car came. He moved. Then the third car, step on the scale. Then I went to the mate and I told him that, yo, listen, if you don't help me, then I'll be here. I have to go on the radio this evening. The guy looked at me and said, Ahina Okra. First Kadibra. Then I took the money. Then I put them, I went into my pocket, took the money, and I gave it to him. And then he looked at me, then he was like, okay, you understand me? Mini mate,
they give you a backbench.
I said, no problem. And then I sat over there. And then I went back to Somanya. You see, when I got to Somanya, seriously, the playing of the song kinda move away from my, like the whole feeling kinda went away. I'm like, yo, how can this man look at me like that and all that? But once again, I stood for a while and I'm like, you didn't ask the man.
I was just about to ask you, why didn't you ask him?
Yeah, you didn't ask the man. And I'm like, yo, he should have known better. Man. And now I began to fight with myself. So I end up saying that, all right, no problem. Lagazee, the mistake is coming from you. You didn't ask the man.
Yeah, coming from a radio station, so...
Yeah, you understand me? So I'm like, well, and then I went on the radio, happily. Yeah. In the evening, the guy called in. Oh, Lagazee, 1 more minute. Wait. Yeah. And then as he was talking, making noise on the phone, then I slot in. Yeah. Then I play the song. And an argument done. So in a way, it kind of, free me up from that, obstacle from people calling me to request a song and I can't play it. Yeah. You understand me? I'm not saying this to make any kind of point, but I want to make a point that
sacrifice the item
people have to know that we have sacrificed a lot. We have gone through some kind of sweat. We have gone through pain for reggae music in Ghana. Mm-hmm. And where we are not looking for people to just step in and water down what we have built.
True.
That won't happen. You understand me? So all of us must come together as one and build this particular reggae army so that we will also be recognized. You understand me? When we are no more.
A quick one. Mm-hmm. What lesson do you learn from that incident?
Yo, what I learned was you should always ask.
Yeah. Ask and it shall be given. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my guest is one name, Kwame Bediako. Father, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. and if I may interject, I am so sorry.
Don't worry.
Seriously, because I'm seeing the face, the face you're telling me how you walked out.
Yeah.
But it didn't hit me.
Yeah.
I was totally naive about that. I didn't. I mean, I was like, okay, I'll see you.
Definitely.
Because I thought he came to visit me. I thought he was,
Yeah.
He came to visit. He's cool. He's whatever, and I'll talk to you or I'll meet you or whatever. But man, I wish you had said something serious. I wish you just say, hey, Daddy, just a little something to get me back.
Yeah.
I would be more than glad to have done that.
Of course.
That.
I know.
Man, the things we go through, huh?
Definitely, seriously, man.
Now I know.
People have to know all these things. You understand me? That, we're sacrificing a lot for, reggae.
True.
Not me alone, but other people too elsewhere. I can tell you on the fact that a lot of reggae presenters in Ghana are not being paid. 99.9% of them are not being paid. But I give thanks that I have liberated myself from that, small equation. You understand me? But a lot are not being paid. Listen, me over here, I have to send some people. I am not bragging. I wouldn't say this for fun. But it's serious. I would have, at the end of the month, I have to send some people some little shillings. You understand me? And I keep asking them, so what is going on? Say, yeah, Lagazee, we are not being paid and all these things and all that, but people are doing it because of the passion. I quite remember when I was on Right FM, I have to buy, around that time, we buy MTN, 75,000. I have to buy 75,000 to do interviews. My monthly salary, I have to gather it to be buying credit. Not even to buy food for myself, but to buy credit to enhance my show, because the station won't do that for you. They don't see the importance of you even talking to an artist from Jamaica, from UK, from over there. So, but when you are doing it and the glory comes, the station takes the glory. But you, the personality, forget about yourself. So we have been through all these things, sacrificing for reggae. So I entreat reggae presenters, reggae artists, sound systems. This is our thing. We must hold it in high esteem and build it up. You understand me? Talking about reggae music in Ghana, you can't exclude Nana Kwame Bediako. He has been there, done that. Now, Father, I would like you to take us through the journey, how the whole thing began, which year?
It was in the 70s. I think my brother was he was already a professional musician playing with KJC. So I used to hang around with them rehearsing and stuff. So there was something that was brewing inside of me, but it didn't come out until like the later years in high school, like Form 3, Form 4. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you were afraid to venture into it because musicians were considered as a profession and all of that stuff. You couldn't leave your studies, to pursue all of those things. But I was hanging around, cats playing guitar, kind of like acting like there were groups and stuff like that. And then after that, I was teaching martial arts. I was a martial artist. So
which act? Is it Shotokan?
Shotokan.
Oh, I also did Shotokan, a bit of Shotokan, you know what I
mean? My teacher was Patrick Adomankwa, St. Augustine. So
okay,
when I came out,
what belt did you attain before?
Green belt.
Green belt.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I went to green belt,
wow.
And then when I graduated, I couldn't find any kind of gig, any work, so I hooked up with some also high school graduates who were trying to put a band together in Kumasi. They call themselves Vinjupus Department D. I was teaching them the martial arts. I was teaching a couple of them the martial arts, and the lead singer was still in high school, but the rest of the guys were were graduates. So when the lead singer left, they needed somebody to continue what they were doing, and I kind of slid into it. And from there, I thought I could sing reggae. So, we tried something, and it was a disaster. The beginning was not too nice.
In which year was that?
I said 70. I left 77. I left 79, so I was in 78, around 1978.
1978.
Yeah, man. Most of you weren't born. So, yeah. So
1978, my dad was still, calling my mom.
I got you. Yeah. So when I got to the United States, is when I picked up the guitar, and then I started kind of like strumming and spewing words. I had done literature in school, so I liked poetry. So I was writing stuff, and when I picked up the guitar, I started making stuff up, with strumming and whatever. So the melodies that I was feeling, I was trying to put to the words that I had.
So let us get the story well, because we are in Ghana month, and in Ghana month we like to know things vividly. Now, in St. Augustine's, right? When you completed in 1978,
77.
You completed 77.
Yeah.
All right. And then in 78, you decided to, form a band with some.
They had a band already.
They had a band already.
They had a band. I was teaching them martial arts. I was teaching a couple of the guys
okay.
martial arts. And the lead singer, he was still in high school.
He was still in high school.
So he was not a graduate yet. So
okay.
when time came for him to go, they needed somebody for them to continue what they were doing. And I thought I could sing. So I told them, give me a shot. So they gave me that shot.
All right. So that was in 1978.
78, yes.
And you said it was a disaster.
Well, I didn't think, looking back at it, I wasn't that good, but I tried.
You tried?
Yeah.
Wow. Until you left to the U.S.
Yeah, and then I left to the
in the
US.
same 78.
The following year, we did, I think the last show we did was a Star Night Club. There was a club in Kumasi called Star Night Club, and there was a band that we used to rehearse. I've forgotten their name, but when they took a break, they said, "Hey, you guys come on and do it." So we went in there and did a couple of songs. I remember we did Crazy Bald Head and stuff like that. And after that, I left them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it means you actually performed with a band
Yeah. Yeah.
in 1978.
Yeah.
Wow.
Vingibus Department Z. That's what we call us.
Vingibus
Department Z.
Department Z.
Or Z. Like
All right.
we say here.
It's like in Kofrida sector we had the mystical dance of vibrations.
VDZ, that's what it is.
Wow, in 1978.
Yeah.
Wow.
A couple of the cats are in England right now.
Okay.
Dennis Kusiaboa. He's into fashion and stuff like that right now. He was a drummer.
So all of you, the only person holding on to music right now is you.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So in 79, when you got to the US, what happened?
I just get into the struggle. I was so naive. I thought I was going out there and money would be falling off of trees. You got out there, you couldn't even find a job. You were in your room for days, quiet. There, you got culture shock and everything. Everything you're looking at is so different from what you're used to, you know. And it's like it was a big culture shock. You know, it took a while for me to, you know, adjust and things like that. And then I moved from Miami to LA. And then it was LA that I started developing that, you know, I picked up the guitar and started playing. And I thought I could do something. And I placed an ad there. There was a free magazine. I've forgotten the name of it. But you used to be able to advertise. It was advertising. People advertised for whatever they wanted. So I put an ad in there saying that I needed a band, I needed a group, because I had that experience here. And there was a brother called Gino Mucciolo. His brother Russell called me, but Gino was the man behind it, and they invited me to their house to say, hey, "Come on, like, we saw your ad, we want to see what you got and whatnot." So I went in there and took my guitar, and there are a few songs I think I had written about science and stuff like that, and I fling one of them, and they heard it and they said they liked it. And I don't know why they liked it, but eventually I came to find out that what I was doing was a little something different from what they knew. It was two white boys, you know, and they went to rock and roll and whatnot, and reggae was new at that time. And I guess they wanted to experiment, so they saw what I had, and Gino was the one who saw the potential in there. So as rough as I was, they decided to take me on and slowly school me. Whatever I brought in there, we straightened the rough edges.
Even though they were into rock and roll,
yeah,
and you are 100% reggae-matic person, they decided to rope you in as a reggae person.
Yeah, they wanted to experiment with the reggae at that time. And what I thought I was doing as reggae was not purely reggae, because I wasn't born in Jamaica, of course, but it had elements of it. So there were stuff that we were even doing that had, you know, the 6/8 and the clave thing in it. But you could sort of still feel the reggae in it too, you know. So those are the things that they felt it was different from what they used to. And over there, folks like different stuff. When something is different, they're like, "Oh wow, that's cool," you know, that kind of stuff. So they wanted to help see what will come out of it. And together we developed a few songs. We were rehearsing. Russell used to work at a plant in Burbank where they were aviation stuff, something like that. But there was a what do you call it? Can't find the word. But there was a space for us to rehearse. So at the end of the work, at the end of his work day, he was the foreman, and it was his uncle's job. So he had the key there, and we would go in there, open it up, and set up a place, and we have with our instruments and crank it up, rehearse, and they loved the idea of originals, and that's why I was always, they encouraged me in that sense to even be more original, and my songwriting kind of took off. And
all right, so I want to get a picture clear over here. You went in there, you put your ad in the papers.
Yes.
They invited you to their home.
Yep.
And they say, "Yeah, man, play something and let us see what you've got.
Exactly.
And the boom, bam, zoom, you chip in.
Yep.
And they love the reggae stuff. Now, in the band now, how was the setup like? Were you the lead singer?
Yeah, I was lead right away.
And
I was the lead singer.
The lead singer also on guitar.
Well, yeah, but my guitar was not strong enough. It's enough to compose and whatnot. So Russell was doing most of the playing.
Okay.
If I had an idea, I would present it to them on the guitar, and then we will work the kinks out.
So you guys became a band now in 1979.
No, 80. We were in the 80. It took me a few years to when I got to the stage. It took me a few years. It wasn't right away.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me a few years. So I'd say 82-ish. Yeah, before I left for Chicago. So, yeah.
I was a year by then. And you were in Chicago.
Yeah.
In the cold.
In the cold, my brother. Yeah.
Yeah, but so now, so you guys started playing gigs.
Yes, we did some gigs, and Gino was the man behind all of that. I was so naive about all the setup as far as playing out and all of those things. So Gino was the one doing all of those. He held my hand, took me through all of that. Book gigs. He was doing the managing work and all of that. And all I had to do was concentrate on creating the music.
Okay. Now, talk to me about the first studio recording.
The first studio
experience in the U.S.
In the U.S., where it was in we did some demos. I can't say there was, but there was studio work, but still demos. But when I went to Chicago, I had we were doing there's a club called Wild Hair. We're doing 7 nights a week reggae. And I became part of it. My brother was there already, so he kind of like moved me into it where he was. And I started working with those musicians and whatnot. And there was a brother called Ziggy. Ziggy was an engineer. He had a studio. He loved some of the stuff we were doing. And in the same way, he said, hey, you guys come down one day, let's see if we could put something down. So we went in, we put ourselves together and whatnot. And then we went to the Ziggy's studio and recorded a few tracks. It was nice, but there's a feeling that I've always carried. But because of my, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just not enough knowledge in the music theory and whatnot. It was hard for me to communicate the feeling that I had to those musicians. So we went out there, the later tracks. The drummer played his part and whatnot, and I come out and they're expecting me to like be overjoyed, because hey, this is the first thing, and I didn't show that appreciation. I didn't show that appreciation because I was like, it's nice, but and I couldn't tell them. So they were like, what? We've played our butts out on this. What do you want?
Yeah,
and I couldn't tell them, but what I was looking for is that Bob Marley sound. Where you have silence in the music. It's music where you want to dance, but at the same time you want to listen. So it comes from you, the drummer understanding the level of strength he has to apply to whatever the rhythm is, and all those little licks he has to add to them. That's what creates the silence. But it doesn't come with a one-day thing. It's something you cultivate. And I was totally naive about that. I thought you could just tell the musician and it will happen. But it's something that you have to, it's like you were talking about the bands in Ghana. That's one of those things we're lacking. If you have a band, you have a vision, you have initiative, those are some of the things to start with. And you have to work it. You have a sound, you create a sound, and slowly you build it. Because right now, everybody is just playing. You see, like you hear steel pause.
Yeah.
It's steel pause song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wailers, it's a wailer.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. It's a symptom, something that you cultivate. It's
like hard work. You work towards it.
You work towards it. You're rehearsing. You go into it.
Like if you heard Lucky Dube's song, you know that this is Lucky Dube.
Exactly.
Alpha Blondie, you know that this is Alpha Blondie.
Exactly.
You understand me?
Yes.
When you hear Tikinja Fakoli, you know that this is Tikinja.
Exactly.
You understand me?
Yes.
But what is our sound?
We don't have it. And speaking on me in particular, that's the issue that I have. Because over there, because I don't have a band, when I'm recording, the bass player could be in Senegal, a drummer in Jamaica. you know what I mean? Because of this modern thing she going. And I've done all of that. But I'm looking for that thing where the sound that I'm feeling, the sound that I'm hearing can come out. That's why I'm in Ghana. I came out here to recruit musicians. For the past 3 years, I've been coming here. I've been working with Swansea, at the BS player and whatnot, trying to get musicians that I can reason with them on that
level.
That level that we have to be able, for our industry to grow, we have to have that sound, an authentic sound where you're saying, these are Ghanaian musicians and this is the sound they're coming out with. We have that in high life and Afrobeat and whatnot, but reggae we don't. Because everybody is busy trying to get that one hit wonder thing. And if you go, the man can put it on the computer for you. Zap Malik can just put something together for you right now, and then you can go out there and it will be a hit. But that doesn't give you the sound that you
need.
Yeah, for the industry that we're talking about right now. And that's some of the things lacking in.
Like the sound that will be identified with.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here lies the case where there's been this back and forth between Black Rasta and Rocky Dawuni. Rocky Dawuni says he has taken us to the Grammys with a full body of works. And then his music is known as Afro Roots. So we should stick to that. And then, combine those African rhythms and all that kind of thing and call it as such. Black Rasta goes to boom and say, Kuchoko. You understand me? Kuchoko also fusing African rhythms into the reggae rhythms that we have to create an authentic sound, for us, for people to identify us with that. You understand me? But looking into what we are saying now, or what you're saying now, you're also singing the same song that we have to be identified with a particular sound, because Lucky Dube immediately the drummer strikes, that this is Lucky Dube. Alpha Blondie, immediately the drummer strikes, that this is Alpha Blondie. You understand me? And seriously, songs like Jerusalem, songs like Coco de Rock, they were all produced by George Kweku. You understand me? And George Kweku is a great keyboardist. He is half Ghanaian, half, I think Ivorian. You understand me? And he's in Ghana right now. So if we have all these people that can create sound for others to be recognized, why don't we come together as one and build it up? What is preventing us?
That's the big question. That's the big question we keep asking. I know George is available. George will do a lot, but it's simple but complicated. That's the only way I could put it. Because over where I'm at, you have there's government, there's private sector, and they seem to work together to bring these things out. Over here, it's a little bit lacking. People in the private sector are not willing to even gamble or take a chance on these little things. You know what I mean? If you depend on the government too, the agenda is so much that sometimes you, as music, you probably down the totem pole somewhere. So that's probably the only way I could put it. It's simple but complicated.
What do we have to do now as an elder in this space? What do we have to do now? Your first experience to reggae music was in 1978. From that time there till now, Kwame Bediako is still on the road playing. The first time I saw you performed was at the Kuchoko Root Festival. I stood from what I'm like, really authentic sound, like your song sounded the same as on the CD. And I'm like, wow. And
this is not with even the whole piece. This is a 4-piece.
4-piece.
Yeah, so imagine if we could do better. We can do better. you know. We can do better. It's just, it's a lot, but regardless, this is our home. We got to make it. It's steps, you know. And I hope that the revolution is going on. People like you holding on to it, and everybody. And I hope that small, we will get there. But you know, I always look at Jamaica. You know, we've been there. You say we're bigger than Jamaica as far as land size. But they understood what the industry meant. There was a time when there were family members, if you had four sons, even daughters, that you saw a potential of music in them, they put them to work. I went on tour with Tony Rebel. The band there was brothers playing bass, keyboard, and drums, I think 3 of them, and the guitar player was somebody different. And they were telling me that was something that was brewing in the Jamaican community, where 4-piece family members come together. Hey, let's put a band together, you know. And those days, a lot of the solo artists were getting gigs abroad, like Tony.
Yeah.
So if Tony needed a band right away, that's a band right there. He can get these, you know, whatever people he want to take on the road. And that became something that grew in Jamaica. There were engineers. People were putting their kids to learn Kenyatta.
Yeah.
His father put him to work where he learned the mixing.
Yeah.
And all of that. I went to Lion on Fox, and the man was giving me what I didn't want, and I couldn't even explain it. But Kenyatta saw it, and he saw that what I was good. He came to Kwame. I know where you feel. I know this man giving you, you know, we discussed it, and he wanted to do the mixing. He wanted to try and help me on that thing. But it was like, if I had allowed that, I would be taking the job away from Jim. And so, you know, I couldn't do that, and I ended up not even working with Jim after a couple of mixes. But those are the things, you know, kids getting in, you know, into the industry, learning those little things that will help us. If we go out there, the other day I was trying to get you when we were texting and stuff. So someone said, I went to Kokolobite a few years ago, and the sound that was coming out of the speakers, it was distorted. The bass, you know, that is irritating to the ear. And you have this place, this is where tourist attraction. And yet there were people just enjoying them. I called the lead singer, say, dude, before I went on stage, we went to the house to listen to the sound coming into the house, not on the stage. And I tell him, dude, do you hear something that's wrong here? He tell me no. So if he doesn't know that there's something wrong, how is he going to correct it? I mean, it sounds funny, but it's something that we have to be aware of.
Definitely, you're right.
Or teach ourselves and stuff like that. Another example, like I come here, I realize most of these keyboard players, when they're playing the kuchoko, they lead with their right hand because they are comfortable with that. Some of them will put the lower register on it, kuchoko, kuchoko. And some of them would even ignore and put the lower register here. So you kinchoko, kinchoko, and the music is upside down. The Jamaicans will hear it, but they won't say anything. They will say, some kind of reggae. They won't tell you this. So these are the little things we need to educate ourselves on, you know. I learned them. It's not like I just got up and knew it. I learned them.
So what I am expecting Kwame Bediako to do with all these years of experience, Father, when you come in, you understand me, at least let some of us know, and let's put up a symposium together. You understand me? Invite this, you know, artists, you know, a lot of them, because of ego, a lot of them won't come, but the ones who are ready will come. Players of instrument and all that will come. You understand me? You know, because starting to put together these festivals and all that, I have learned a lot. I go to rehearsal, I sit down, I listen to the musicians. They say, no, don't play it. You need to play it, and then they hum it for you and all that kind of thing. Even how to back them, the voices, the soprano, the alto, the tenor, and all that. You understand me? And all these things. So, if you are a whole musician in one body, and you know all these things, you understand me? We do symposiums with practical, you know, like practicals where we'll have the piano, we'll have the drum set, we have this, we have that. You understand me? And then we do that, and then we do an experiment, like how we do, like how the Ghana DJ Awards is doing. They organize a clinic, they bring Serato and all that. They teach us how to scratch, how to do this and all that kind of thing. You understand me? Practicals for people to see the reality. You understand me? Not like, people saying it and then it's not happening. So I believe that if we can do this, it will help our musicians.
You just took the words right out of my mouth, my brother.
People go on stage and they sing off key.
Yes.
And when you go to them and you tell them that, oh, they are singing off key, they get vexed. I'm like, yo, brother, you not sing good, man. And this is what happens anytime I go out to shows and all that. I have problem with people, and I end up creating enemies for myself because when you're doing the wrong thing, I'll come to you and tell you that, yo, Virgin, you're not doing it right. You're supposed to do A, B, C, D, and people don't like it.
Well, you have to be humble if you want to learn. If you think you know everything, how are you going to absorb anything else? You have to be open. Me, like this, the same thing. Like I was saying, my first live recording, I was saved by Desi, the keyboard player with
Kenyatta.
Yeah. Right now. I was saved by them and the other because there was a lot that I didn't know. I missed the opportunity to get farms. George was trying to hook me up with Family Man, and I missed that opportunity. So I said, okay, I'll take it up on myself. In a way, it helped me because I learned, but I also made mistakes over there. I used to think when you bubble, instead of the fills, I used to think you could do straight bubble and then come back, record another track with fills, not knowing they're all together on one track. Those kind of things. And I ended up doing like so much that when it came to the mixing, Jim was like, what the rise am I looking up here? So he did whatever he could, put it together because he knew I was naive. He ended up telling Dr. Dre, because Dr. Dre was supposed to help us put that thing out. He told Dr. Dre that the album is overproduced. But he was right. He was right. Yeah, he said it's overproduced. He was right. So there I learned that what he meant by overproduction. And so when we go in now, these days, you can't get the musicians to learn your song. So you see, if I got a song and I give it to a guitar player, I'll just let him play through, give me feels or whatever, because he's not familiar with the song. He's just feeling it. But then you go back and edit. You take stuff out that you don't need, and then you keep the ones you need. And that's what it's become now. But in them days, I didn't know. So these are stuff that you learn.
All right. So, Kwaku Benson says, greetings, Father. He has been an inspiration to some of us way back. Respect due, Father. For clarity's sake, is he the same Kwame Prime?
No. Like Kwame Prime, I think is in Europe.
All right. So, Mokin, he's not the same as Kwame Prime. You understand me? This is Kwame Bediako.
Yes, sir.
The first. You understand me?
Well, the first crack.
Now we step in.
Yeah, my first question is, you are talking about sound, having our own authentic, sound, and give examples. When I listen to you, I listen to the sound of Bob Marley, the realest. I listen to the sound of Albarose. That's what comes to mind. Sound quality, bass, the one-drop rhythm. So how do you define your music?
It's authentic roots. I'm old school roots. I listen to songs like Wadada Gets Me Off. Still, I can hear Wadada and just go crazy on it. I still to this day go back and listen to Bob's old live 1976 recordings. The feel that they were playing with. Because that's the other thing in Ghana here, because we are used to our high life and Afrobeat. Our counting is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're playing like, if it's easy for the musicians, but when you go like that becomes an issue for them. The music rehearsal, they can get it, but as soon as they go and say something, they forget. They go, it's reggae, but it's still not giving you the feel. That we look.
That kind of one job kind of feel that,
and then make you just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reggae is 1, 2, rock boom, got 1, 2, 3. That puts you in the highlight. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying that those are some of the little differences we need to be aware of when we work on these things.
And also, you spoke about coming to Ghana for the past 3 years now, trying to recruit musicians.
Yeah.
How successful are you with that?
This Kochoko thing to open my eyes to a lot. You know, between the Kochoko and the Sankofa thing that I did. You know,
so far, have you been able to recognize some talent?
Yes, there's people there. Like I said, the potential is here. It's just a matter of being able to put it together and having the patience and the foresight of what you want to do. We have to have a vision. A lot of us here, we want the immediate stuff. But you have to be able to tell yourself the vision that build for that. Yeah.
My last question before Lagazee comes and takes over again here. This is just 2 in 1. One of my all-time favorite, when it comes to, I don't have actually favorite, but this song, Garvey. You know, I mean, we all know who Marcus Garvey is. You know, it's one of my biggest tunes when it comes to, and I hope Lagazee actually played before you leave here. And, you know, Garvey was pardoned just by the ex-US president and stuff. I asked the book the same question. I mean, if you look at Jamaica, Benny Spear is credited as an artist that really have the most songs about Marcus Garvey. When it comes to Ghana, you can't take it away from you. So, how do you feel about that? And also, my next question is that it's 2 in 1. What's your biggest festival you played in Europe or in the States?
In the States, there's a few of them. There's a few of them that's been big. I don't know, it's a lot.
Which one would you say was your most successful?
That one, it don't matter. When I go there, I just do my thing and get out of there. Okay. You know, Taste of Chicago was good because, you know, everybody was there. We played in Montreal Reggae Festival. It was also good. You know, did a tour with Tony Rebel, going from the West Coast all the way to Canada, Vancouver. Yeah, they're all good. You know, if you look back there.
Back to the Garvey question.
The Garvey, I cry when I play sometimes on my own, my acoustic guitar when I'm playing Garvey. Garvey to me, when I read the book, his book African
Philosophy of Marcus Garvey,
it just flipped my head. To see that at that time in our history, he was able to stand up and say the things that he was saying with the vim, with the energy that he was saying it with. If you hear some of his speeches, oh man. And so for us not to know about him, it hurts. It hurts. And I sing that song on my own. Sometimes I cry. Because that man, he never stepped foot in Africa. True. But he was the one telling them, say, hey, we are human beings like you all, if not better. So for me, they're Garvey there. Yeah.
All right. 48 got into the R2 here on Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. And our guest is the one named Kwame Bediako. You understand me? And I would like to say big respect to DJ Hughes as well. DJ Hughes says he's in tune, listening to us. You understand me? Yeah, man, feeling the vibes. You understand me? He said, too much inspiration, more fire. You understand me? Yeah, man. He said, listening live from Bangkok in Thailand.
For real?
Wow. Yeah, man. You know, too much inspiration. I won Marijuana, you understand me? Massive classic. You know how they enjoy and bad. Your Mary Jane tune, they be serious. Yeah, man. Respect DJ Use, you know, all the way from Thailand, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. I saw you go, my lad. I saw you go, my lad.
It's a Ghanaian in
no,
Thailand?
Yes. He's a Ghanaian, but he just left the country to Thailand. You understand me? And he's listening to us from there. You know, this show is a world-class show. You understand me? And we have people all over the world, you know, tuning in. I have Jasihini Uja. It's a king. I'm watching you live from Hamburg. We can't wait to listen to Jasihini Fireman new tune called Take Over. No problem. Send them to me. We have Junior Maestro from Norway far away saying that tell them the reality. You don't know, man. Everything good and everything is alright. Keep your messages coming and let me read them for you. Qual Collins says the Sankofa hitmaker. Tell him I love him so much. He is welcome. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So couple of messages, you know, I have read from our Facebook and also WhatsApp, you know, to the item. Now, I know you're holding the six strings. You know, I would love make you string up something. Make we hear your voice more. You understand me?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh, da fire go fie, fire go fie, fire go fie. Oh, da fire go fie. Mi tira bontina mi boko koko, mi bo me. Say u baby, oh da fire go fie.
Yeah, man. So in all, how many albums have you now?
We have 4.
4 studio albums.
Yeah.
You know, 4 studio albums. Not an easy road. You know, recording in the US or moving to Jamaica. If you can mention some of the producers or the players of instruments you have worked with on some of these albums for us to know.
Yeah, like the first live album I attempted, like I said, I had Junior on it, Junior Marvin on it, Desi on it, a racket of Mojanaya fame. He worked with Desi too, and then of course the rest of the production, George Kwaku, and we have Aston Family Man Jr. You know, playing some drums work for we have Ras Labo, Alain in Belgium. We've worked with a few people. We've worked with a few people out there.
Yeah.
Even sometimes I was in Jamaica with Muta Baruka, you know, holding my hands through some of the studios out there and whatnot. Yeah, so.
All right, so Claudia George, all the way from the UK, says, lovely interview, very inspiring and insightful. You don't know, no man. Yeah, what do you expect? We have the legend seated in front of us who had his first, you know, live band experience in terms of reggae in 1978. And he's been current from them time there till now. You understand me? Based in the US, but come to Ghana frequently. You understand me? To check home and see how best he can build home and all that. You know, and you heard him saying that he's in Ghana to recruit musicians. So these musicians, are you looking forward to tour with them the world?
I'm hoping but first we have to do the music, and then, you know, we can speculate on whatever the future holds. But first we got to get the product. If we get the product and we put ourselves out there, I'm pretty sure somebody will, you know, give us a chance on what we want to do. Because the idea is to go out and play in the first place. The idea is to go out and play world, wherever. But we have to create the product where we are really, really happy with what we've done. And when you put it out there, you're ready to go. You know? We also need some management team. So.
Oh, you mean you don't have a manager?
I do have a manager. I do have a representative, but I need a team.
All right.
Yeah, you know, because it's you know already, it's more than one person handling all that stuff. So you have a few people that can take care of things, connections, open some doors and whatnot,
Kwame Bediako, you left Ghana, you've been coming home almost every year to make sure that things are fixed, properly and all that. If you have the chance to change one thing in our reggae space in Ghana, what would that be?
Change, I don't know if I would want to change much, but just people have to be willing to listen, because the reggae it's our thing, but it's not our thing. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's African. It's something that is in us, but the way they play is a little different from the way we play it here. We have our 6/8 rhythms that kind of dominates, and so when you want to do the reggae, just be open enough to listen to what you want to play in the reggae. To me, that's what's missing. A lot of us are not. We hear the reggae, we say, yeah, we can do it, but there's a few nuances in the reggae rhythms that we kind of sometimes we leave out. Like, for example, even as far as strumming, somebody could come up there and you could do that strumming, upstroke strumming, but you when the reggae, you want to do the downstroke, and then the up thing is more for sky and whatnot. And you see some guys just because he think he can do it, he would just do that to the reggae song, So those are the little things.
Wow.
I'm sure I'm gonna get some flack for this, but it's something that needs to be said. We just need to listen a little more, because reggae is simple, it's very, very simple. I mean, but there are nuances in it that makes it reggae. Even the rim shot, even the drummer, the rim shot, the cut, he brings that little different cut. Cut, but if you boom, that boom, that is reggae, but it's still something. So those who know will do that. Cut, get, cut,
A lot of education ongoing over here by Kwame Bediako, but
yeah.
Let me play some two songs and come back so that we can wrap it up. Yeah, man. So Jase's well-educated interview is loud and clear in Hamburg Yards. Respect and manners. My name is King Lagazee. Kwame Bediako. We're celebrating Ghana Month. And it is just right for us, to invite a legend like yourself to come share your experience with us and all that. I know we had the whole heap of grounds to cover, but, due to time, I think right now you are here. You understand me? And this, you shouldn't find no stress coming back or calling on us like, yo, listen, I want us to do this. I want us to reason about this. You understand me? There are some of the ways and means we have to do things that will favor all of us as an industry, you understand me, so that we can work towards that. In leaving you finally, I want you to advise us as a veteran who has been on the road, you understand me, America, Jamaica, and all these places, you understand me. Imagine all these festivals you say you've played with Tony Rebel and all that. We never know about that in Ghana. Imagine, you understand me? But if it were to be Stoneboy or Shatta, it will be all over the place. You understand me? So sometimes I feel like some of these things you should let us know so that we know how to go about it. In terms of the media, also kind of throwing more light onto what the item are doing out there. I keep saying this. If you don't tell us what you are doing, we will never know to put it out. You understand me? So
True.
It is just right. If you have a tour list, you let us know that you have a tour list and a boom bam zoom. We can put it out for the people them to know what really are going. You understand me? So on our platform, we are in to serve the people them. So if you have anything, you call us. Whether you want to do business with us, whether you want, you understand me? Whether you want us to be partnership and all that kind of thing, we are ready to do that.
Sound good. I look forward to that. Yeah, it's their advice, just you stay positive, stay humble, be open. We should be able to self-criticize, constructive criticisms amongst ourselves. The fuss and fights will not help us. We have to understand that our situation is a little different, but at the same time, it's similar to other situations elsewhere. And if other people are being able to do it, we should be able to understand that we can do it as well. And like you said, coming together will make it a lot more easier to go forward,
Definitely.
So that's basically my little advice,
All right.
Yeah.
In terms of your socials and where people can find your music to stream, where are they?
Yes, KwameReggae.com, Big Sound Music. Yes, you will find us up there. KwameReggae.com, Big Sound Music. Big Sound is Vincent Varco, my partner in music production.
Okay.
In the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's available on all the
digital platforms. We
Spotify, Amazon, everywhere.
I don't know. We go through CD Baby, so wherever the portals of CD Baby has is where it goes. And sometimes if you go to CD Baby, you can get away from them to do something else. They took the total control of distributing it, where it should go and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but we're on YouTube and whatnot. And recently, I think you all advised me to. No, that was Wuta. He advised me to get into TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start doing TikTok as well.
So you're not on TikTok yet?
No, I'm not. That seriously, and that's one thing. As far as me, I can't speak for other people. That's one thing I don't do too well at all. Self promotion and the social media. I'm just ignorant about a lot of those things, and I could use some help in that end. So yeah, I'm working on it.
All right,
I'm working on it.
Thank you so much, Nana Kwame Bediako.
And thank you, Ghana. Thank you for receiving me so warmly and making me feel welcome out here. So thanks.
But Kuchoko and then Sankofa, how was the experience?
The experience is great. That's what I said. Like, this has opened my eyes to a lot of things. It's opened my eyes to a lot of things. It's stuff that we can do out here. It's stuff that the primary thing that I was looking for was the sound quality.
Yeah.
And the stage setting and the sound of both shows was great. Black Prophet had a good sound, and the engineer came from Belgium, which is cool. And then Kuchoko, of course, had their stuff too, and that was massive, booming, And so that part there, we are moving forward, and that's it. I hope we continue in that sense. I hear there's a gentleman here named Friction also, who runs sound and like that, and I'm hoping there's a similar thing going on out there, because sound quality is what gives Jamaica the access to the world.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know already when the sound clash, you'll be in one parish, and you could hear the thing all the way in the other parish. That sound quality is
definitely,
because they are just as ghetto as us. But when the quality of the music is there, you can't refuse it.
Of course.
And that's what helped Jamaica. You know already, I'm preaching to the choir here, so yeah.
All right, so do you have any idea of who the first ever solo artist in terms of reggae in Ghana was?
Reggae, I don't, but I remember growing up, he's not totally reggae, but there was Pat Thomas released some Force Lover, if you know that song. That was one of the songs that kind of spoke to me about becoming a musician or a lyricist. And I heard Pat, singing in those Force Lover, and if you could Google it somewhere in there, for me that would be what I thought was first. Maybe there's somebody before that, but I don't know.
So actually, Nana Kwame was the one who released the first ever reggae song.
Which one was that? Was it
Shena?
Matter that, but maybe I forgot. Wow, because maybe he was doing mostly our life.
Yeah. But in an interview with Kofi Adumanwangwani, he did say when he went there, it was known as Blue Beat. You understand me? And then he heard them sing it, and he came to Ghana to come record the first one. You understand me? But they were trying to attribute it to Jamaica until we did the research and we realized that it was rather released from London.
Blue Beat was in Europe, England thing. I was gonna say,
you know what I mean. So, you know, if you listen to it, you understand me. And first and foremost, we must accord him with that kind of respect for being the first man to have done, you know, reggae. You understand me, in our space. You know,
wow,
before Super Odi also did Uyemi Bonia Metu Wigi. You know,
you know, gone.
You know,
that was a character, man.
You know, so we give thanks for the eye, you know, coming through.
Definitely.
You know, and then we're looking forward still, you understand me, you know, to working hand in hand with the eye in terms of anything. So we just a phone call away, you understand me? So anytime you need,
I will do that.
Just holla.
Yeah, let's do something, leave something for this youth.
Of course.
I was just telling your man over here that we, right now at this age that we are, dole, it's no good long way we go past.
Of course.
We think we will leave for the kids.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's what we have to try and
we need to leave that kind of legacy behind.
Leave them something where they can build on.
Definitely.
And go forward. Ghana got a lot of potential here.
Definitely. All right. So my name is King Lagazee. To God be the glory and God be the honor. It's been a lovely conversation with Nana Kwame Bediako the first.